Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Tapped Out to Pro Wrestling Working Hours, flanked by, of course, our general manager, Theodore Long. We are about to hear from the man who last week got the chance to qualify for an opportunity to fight for the Workhorse Championship. CM Punk, the guy who last week had to defeat Samoa Joe, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bryan Danielson to get his next opportunity, which is going to be up against Booker T. And you gotta believe CM Punk is only coming out here to talk about Booker T. At least that would be my thought. Or maybe he's coming out here because of Jim Cornette trying to extend the hand to him right after the match. Yes, Jim Cornette came out after CM Punk won that triple threat match, that fatal four-way match. Jim Cornette did in fact come out, and he decided that he was going to extend the olive branch to CM Punk. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome at this time, CM Punk! He even brought the British Bulldog and Yokozuna out here to intimidate him a little bit, but it clearly didn't work because CM Punk has come out here on his own. And like I said, hopefully to talk about his next match against Booker T. Because if this man does in fact face Booker T, he would then have to go up against the winner of either the match that has Bret Hart, The Rock, British Bulldog, and Mankind in it, or the winner of the match that has The Undertaker, The Big Show, or Shinsuke Nakamura. And honestly, I gotta say, he's already had some pretty tried and true opponents. I don't know if he'll be able to beat any of those guys after having the fight that he had in that fatal four-way.
Tapped Out to Pro Wrestling. Last episode, you all watched as I defeated Samoa Joe, Bryan Danielson, and Kyle O'Reilly to move one step closer to the Workhorse Championship. My next target is set to be Booker T. I gotta tear through him next. But that's actually not what I came out here to talk about. I wanted to talk about that mama's boy Jim Cornette and his big smelly 600-pound giant, along with his beefy, bold British Bulldog. I don't want them stepping in my way of the Workhorse Championship. So I wanted to come out here to let them know they shouldn't try to put their noses in my business when it comes to these next few matches. I'll handle these guys after I get my hands on that championship, but if they want to try to step to me when I'm in my zone, then I'll have to put that Bulldog down, give Yoko his one last calorie, and take away Cornette's allowance.
Well, yeah, sure enough, like I was saying, CM Punk none too happy about Jim Cornette trying to get him to join Camp Cornette last week. But now here comes the British Bulldog, and I guess he's none too happy about what CM Punk just had to say. And you gotta think if British Bulldog is flanked by Jim Cornette, Yokozuna cannot be too far behind. As there's Jim Cornette there. The British Bulldog is one of the most powerful men we have here on the Tapped Out Pro Wrestling Working Hours brand. He has a match later tonight against Bret the Hitman Hart, The Rock, and Mankind, as all four of those men are going to compete for a chance to fight for the Tapped Out Pro Wrestling Workhorse Championship. And honestly, I gotta say, I'm kind of surprised. No Yokozuna, just the British Bulldog coming out. I don't know, I wonder what this is about. You know, Jim Cornette was none too happy about CM Punk turning down his offer last week. So, you know, now CM Punk coming out here and explaining why he said no. Is Jim Cornette gonna, I don't know, is he gonna let British Bulldog go after him? I mean, it looks like British Bulldog wants to taste the CM Punk right now.
Now, Punk, we didn't come out here for a fight. We do come in peace. But last week, I gave you the opportunity of a lifetime. You decided to stick with that vegan idiot Danielson instead of joining the camp that's going to take over this promotion, hated by myself, the greatest manager to ever live, Jim Cornette. Now I'm only going to give you this one last opportunity to come to your senses. I understand you probably weren't in the right kind frame.
Especially after having a grueling match like you did. So Punk should join this Camp Cornette if you know what's good for you.
You know Cornette. I'm very happy you are giving me this opportunity. I'm so happy you're giving me the opportunity to turn you down a second time. Cornette, holy shit, shut up. I will never ever in my life, for as long as I'm breathing this Earth's air, will join Camp Cornette. So no more offers, no more opportunities. I don't want them. I just want one thing, the Workhorse Championship. Now tell your beefy dog to stop breathing his hot, heavy breath on me. I mean, what are you begging for my attention? Well, you got it, Davey. I'll beat your ass so hard. Your forehead will look worse than the Dynamite Kid after a night of headbutts and family matters.
That's Owen Hart! Owen Hart came out here and just hit CM Punk with a drop kick. You've got to be kidding me. Is Owen Hart a member of this Camp Cornette? With a moonsault to CM Punk. Owen Hart must be a member of this Cornette. But here comes a man to help CM Punk, the man who this man had to fight in a fatal four-way last week. Bryan Danielson. Here comes Bryan Danielson. Hopefully, yep, there he is, to help CM Punk. Like he did last week, as Jim Cornette was trying to extend that olive branch, Bryan Danielson stepped in the way. And thankfully so, yet again doing so, as now he's stepping in the way of this attack, this vicious attack from the British Bulldog and Owen Hart. Man, who knows what these two men could have done if Bryan Danielson didn't come out here any sooner. I mean, it looked like they were doing some damage already, and this man has to compete for the Workhorse Championship soon. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for this quick little segment. CM Punk still none too happy with Camp Cornette, and obviously so.